We will try to, well, we try to be punctual here. And since we have some people, well, a lot of people already connected, we are going to start this webinar. As you all know, we are going to discuss the options to apply for the digital nomad visa in different countries in Europe, in especially in Greece, Spain, and Portugal. And well, first of all, we just want to let me just introduce the team who is presenting. Well, here you have Maria Balaoura from Greece. She's in Athens. Hello, Maria. How are you? Good afternoon.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, myself, I'm presenting the Spanish digital nomads, and we have Diana Andrade from Portugal. Hello, Diana. Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone.
And we are the team in Lexidy that will be presenting this webinar about the options to apply for the digital nomads in Europe. So, well, if, as you all know, or I don't know if the people who is listening have already gone through some kind of immigration procedure, but it's important to know that whenever you want to go through this kind of procedures to apply for a residence permit, the important thing is to know where to find the information and how to start, right? So of course, first of all, to understand where you want to relocate, taking into account your interests, maybe also regarding tax. We will discuss also this in this webinar, and taking into account also your age, or also if you have children or not, and you will decide to go in a country or in another, no? And then, of course, you will, the best option is to start making consultations with a lawyer, right? Because maybe, I don't know, Diana or Maria, but if you have had this kind of experience when someone has said like, no, we will try to do it by our own, and then maybe they have come after just saying that, well, we failed in our try and we need real help, no? Maybe you can give us an example or give us some advice here, or why it's important to be advised by an expert in this kind of procedures.
Yes, I can share something. Actually, I have a few clients that needed to come to us with a rejection application, essentially because of the requirements. Because one thing is the law and what you can see in social media, in the websites, even with the Portuguese websites. The other thing is in practical terms. So we need to be careful with regards the requirements, and see if you really fulfill the requirements to apply for the digital nomad visa. In this case, of course, could be tricky. It's not this possibility or this kind of visa, it's new. We started last year, but in fact, actually October 2022, but with new rules. In fact, before of that, it was possible to apply as a D7, but now we have different rules for this kind of visa. So you must pay attention, and you should be sure that you have everything that you need to have your approval.
Perfect. Yeah, great. You will explain us more in the Portuguese section. So, but thank you for this introduction. So yeah, it's important to talk to an expert, and I'm sure that I saw that there are some clients here listening that have been with Lexidy and in the procedure, and I'm sure that they are satisfied with the service and are happy that they took this advice. And they are happy now in Spain with their digital nomads. So then, of course, once you are with your digital nomad in the country, it's important to take care of your taxes. Then once you want to know once you decide to relocate, of course you have to choose the country. Here I'm going to start with the Spanish with the Spanish digital nomad visa. Of course, you know that Spain it's I don't want to be the protagonist of the webinar, but of course I'm speaking from Barcelona, and we have a lot of demand, taking into account the nice weather that we have, the food, and also the different places that we have here in Spain, and that we can have the beach and the mountains and a lot of different cities and villages that can have a super nice history and a lot of different events that people can enjoy here in Spain. And there's a big culture that and history to enjoy. And also for families that come with the children, they have also showed interest in coming to Spain to be able to live, to have this life and work balance with the families. So it's a super nice destiny, and I'm sure that most of you are thinking about Spain as a future residency. And I don't want to be boring with all the requirements and the documents, but I just want to explain you a little bit about the procedure for the digital nomad visa in Spain. And of course, if you need more information, we will be pleased to have a consultation here in Lexidy. But as you know, well, in the digital nomad visa, we were waiting for it in Spain for a long time, and at the end, it arrived at the end of 2022. And well, the main requirement is that you need to have a professional agreement or a work contract with an employer or a client that it's a foreigner employer or client, so it's not settled in Spain. And you need to be able to prove that you can do your work remotely and that you have had this relationship with your employer or client for at least 3 months, and that this employer or client has had real activity for at least 1 year already. Then you need to accredit that you receive the minimum salary, which is in Spain, it's 2,550 euros per month for the main applicant, plus 945 euros per month for the first accompanying family member, and then 315 euros per month for each of the others accompanying family members. And then this salary has to be shown with pay slips or invoices, and then accrediting that with the bank statements, of course. And of course, you need to university title or proof of experience. You have here the requirements. These are the main requirements, so we can further discuss them. But of course, I will let my colleagues to explain the digital nomads in Portugal and Greece, and then we will compare a little bit all the programs, so to make this a little bit more interactive, and of course to answer any questions that you can have here. So if you want to explain us a little bit the attractive country that you have and why people should choose Portugal as a destination.
Well, we are neighbors, right? So we are very close, and of course, we share this some good qualities or qualities that can define the Iberic region, of course. However, in Portugal, It depends of the place that you really want to live. Here in Portugal, you can travel around the country in, well, like 6 hours, 7 hours. You can go to the north, to the south. So you can easily have the access to all the country. And each part of the country, we have our own benefits and our own history, and makes Portugal a little piece of land in the middle of the Atlantic that can give you a very good quality of life. And I can assure you that. So we are super near, well, we have the ocean. And if you want good weather, you can go to the south. Well, good weather. But if you want more or less more zone, you can choose the center of the north of Portugal with our own beauty. So it's good. The cost of living, it's also a benefit of our country. We know that in terms of real estate, we are passing a moment when we can see an increase, but of course, it's not only in Portugal, it's around the Europe. But it's not like our prices are not higher than other country of Europe, and you have the same good quality of life. And then we are a very safe country, so everything.
Yeah, I love being in Portugal. Every visit that I've done, it's amazing, and also the food, if I can say.
Yes, we have very good food, very good fish. But I think it's important because to mention like the peace that I think you can feel, Laura, and tell me if I'm wrong, because it's good to live here. You have a very good quality of life. Everything is very near, even in not only in Porto it is, because it's a small city, but in Lisbon as well. So, and other places in the country. So I think it's a very good choice, and we are very pleased to receive new people here.
Cool. And in terms of the digital nomad visa here in Portugal,
so
also
we have.
If you can tell us the requirements and a little bit the differences with the ones that I mentioned.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. So we have very, very similar requirements, but at the same time, we need to check in particular the differences. So as in Spain, we need to prove that you can work remotely. You can do that with a contract employment or a service agreement employment, or even with a declaration from the company. So what is important is first to be able to work remotely, and you can approve with a document, and second, you fulfill the financial requirements. In our case, will be 4 times the minimum wage salary in Portugal. At this time in 2024, the government increased it for 820 euros. So we need to prove 3,280 euros for 4 times the minimum wage. Okay. And in Spain, I think it's, as you mentioned, it's monthly income, right? In Portugal, we can have an average. So it will be the last 3 months. As a contractor, you can receive more in 1 month and less in other month. But in average,
well, in Spain, if it's the case, Yeah, of course it's easier
Okay.
if it's on a monthly basis, but in case of contractors that can have different moments
Okay.
of receiving the income. But of course, we always recommend to have the monthly income because there's a better assessment of the administration, at least to make the things easy for the administration,
Okay. In terms of that, we have some clients, well, a contractor client, and I can say that it was successfully approved with this. So it was good.
Nice.
Yes, with these differences. However, I need to mention here just a little bit some situations with when we have someone that it's the owner of a company. Here, we need to pay very attention because the authorities they don't consider that this is a real job. So you are an owner of a company. You can have a contract, but the authorities at this moment they don't understand like that. So if you have this situation, we should analyze and we should study the best way to apply for a digital nomad or another kind of visa.
It's the same here in Spain because as just for the people that are listening to understand, as a digital nomad, you can apply as an employee of a foreign employer, as a freelancer or contractor, as we were mentioning, as a foreign client, or as a business owner, at least in Spain. At the beginning, the administration was mentioning that business owners were not digital nomads, but then we have had success cases with business owners. Yeah, because at the end, what the requirements for these business owners in Spain, I'm seeing that there's a question in the chat already from a business owner, but for these business owners in Spain is that they have to accredit that they own more of the half of the shares of the company, and that they have clients, that this company have clients that are companies, because it's one of the requirements of the digital nomads that the clients are companies. And then the relation that they are going to accredit is the relation between the company that they own and the client companies. And it will be this relation that they are going to accredit, that they will base the application for a digital nomad visa between the company they own and the client companies, instead of themselves and their own company. But there are cases that they can, if they are employees of their own company, they can also accredit this relationship. So it's what Diana says. That's why we mentioned to take the advice of an expert, because we have been 1 year having experiences with these cases. So it's and we know in these cases what in each to assess each case separately, and what the administrations want to see. So thank you for this mentioning this aspect of the business owners, because are special here.
Yes.
Maybe what we can do is to leave the questions for the end of the presentation. And I don't know if you want to add something regarding the requirements in Portugal.
So just to mention that the rest of the requirements, as you can see in the presentation, are quite the same as you mentioned in Spain. A part of in Portugal, we have two processes. First process is the visa residence, the digital nomad visa residence, which will give you the opportunity to apply for the residence permit. So first you need to apply for the visa residence and then for the residence permit. Two different processes, okay? And I mentioned that because sometimes the applicants they think that it's only a visa. It's not only a visa, it's a visa that will allow you to go to the country. And here, regarding to the travel and health insurance, that's why I mentioned travel and health insurance. For the visa, you will need a travel insurance. for the residence permit, you will need a health insurance. So that's why I mentioned both.
Okay, because in that case, you cannot apply for the residence permit directly. Like it's mandatory to apply for the visa before applying for the residence permit.
If we are talking about the digital nomad visa, yes, we have a process in Portugal. It's the expression or manifestation of interest that you can apply in the country. What happened at this moment is this process could take up to 2 years to have an appointment for your residence permit. So during this time, you don't have a possibility to travel, for example, okay, unless you want to go to your origin country, and of course it's possible, but actually you cannot do anything just waiting for the residence permit for more than 2 years. So it's not a very good process at this moment. Hopefully during this year, with the new authority that we have in Portugal, they will improve, and hopefully in the future we will have more clients, and we will advise our clients if they want to apply for the expression of interest, and then they can use the digital nomad work.
Okay, perfect. So because then I will explain the options of the applying procedure in Spain, but first I will let Maria to give us some information about the process in Greece and about her fabulous country there.
Great. So I have to say that there are a million reasons for someone to choose Greece, except of the food and the weather. We have also an incredible landscape. I think that for someone who loves the sea or even the mountain, the wild nature, Greece is the perfect combination. The mainland of us, it is full of green, thank God. And we have so much history and monasteries that everything are beautiful for someone to come and admire them. Here I will let like a note to the attenders to check about, for example, Meteora, because Meteora is really incredible place for someone to visit. I have to say that the cost of living here is low for a Greek digital nomad, and he won't have any problem to have a very good quality of food in a very good price also. And I mentioned this because it is very important, and our Greek cuisine it's really very nice. And we can cover everyone. I mean, vegetarian, vegan or not. We have even our traditional food. It is for these categories too. And of course, the hospitality of the people. You will see that if you will go and you will stay in a smaller city, in nothing, not so much, but in another smaller city, everyone is your neighbor. You can have organize a trip all together, a picnic all together. So you will never feel alone in another country, and Greece will really become your second place, your second home, basically.
I want to come now to Athens.
You love it, and I can really guarantee that.
Nice.
So I think that then any digital nomad would not wish to renew even his residence permit. So yeah.
Okay, nice. And in terms of this permit, well, it was the first one actually of the three that we are discussing here. So and I know that you have dealt with a lot of cases here, so you are already an expert.
Yeah, I have to say that the Greek digital nomad it has some common requirements with Portugal and Spain. For example, here we also have two steps: the visa and the residence permit. Here a tip for everyone that until the end of March, most of the people they have the opportunity to apply directly from Greece without they to have to go to the consulate. So we can skip this step and the delay that the consulate has regarding the availability of appointments, and this is very important for someone who is already in Greece or in another European country, and he can just pass by Greece so easily. About the financial requirement, it is maybe a bit higher because here we want a minimum stable salary of 3,500 euros. Okay, the term of remote work, it is common in all the 3 countries that we are speaking about. And every category has different requirements, and it is a bit more strict, let's say. I mean, when someone is a business owner, we have a different list of documents, a different procedure to proceed with, because the ministry is thinking that a business owner has more not duties, obligation to prove that his also his company has a good standing. It's still valid, not that only you own a company. The freelancer also could apply, send the employees by proving that they have a work contract. And every case, because it's unique, it would be better to discuss it personalized. So to determine exactly which is the best pathway, I would say.
The best course of action.
Yes, exactly. Sometimes we can create some other rules in order to apply and everything to have a very high success rate, of course.
Yeah.
I just wanted to add here because I didn't mention that at the beginning, and I saw some people asking this because in Spain as well you can apply at the consulate for the visa for 1 year, and or directly for the residence permit while you are legally in Spain as a tourist or with any other residence permit. So if you apply at the consulate, you get the visa for 1 year, and during this year, you need to enter the country and apply for the residence permit. So what we, and some people were already mentioning that in the chat, what we always suggest is that if you can skip that consulate step, just do it, because each consulate, as Diana was mentioning at the beginning, has their own requirements, and we know we have a lot of experience with the administration here in Spain, and we know perfectly, little by little, with all the experiences we have gained, we know what they want to see, and if we can skip this 1 year visa, it's much better. So you can travel to Spain and directly apply for this 3 years residence permit, which is the period of the digital nomad in Spain, if the contract which the application is based on it is for 3 years. If it's less, the digital nomad will be less. But yeah, some of you were asking this. You can apply for the digital nomad visa within Spain. And so if you
Laura,
wish, yeah.
Just let me highlight something,
Sure.
Because I saw a message, and just to make this clear, of course, we cannot, in Portugal, if you can apply in your country of residence for the visa, will be the best option, okay? So it's about the authorities in Portugal and the changes that we are facing. And about this, because of this, we have the delays. But of course, it's not the best solution if you need to stay and wait for the residence permit, not for the visa. Okay, just to mention that in Portugal, best way will be through the consulate.
Great. And if you agree, I will go through the next slide, because we will answer some of the questions that we have in the chat with these slides. We have 2 slides of comparison. And here, as you can see, we have the minimum time that we have to be in the country for each digital nomad visa. I've seen some people asking for how long is the Spanish digital nomad visa issued in Spain again, as mentioned. Initially it's for 3 years unless the contract is for less period of time. So in that case, it will be for that period of time. And then here you have to, in Spain, for example, you have to be legal here in Spain to apply for it. And once you submit the application, the administration has 20 working days to resolve it. So it's pretty fast, the resolution. And well, as you can see, if you want to talk about the procedure in Portugal, Diana, because I see that it's a little bit more than in Spain, but
yes, I just mentioned the duration of the residence permit, but the visa will be valid for 4 months, so 120 days.
okay.
And then during this time, the consulate usually schedule automatically the appointment in Portugal for the residence permit. So this is another advantage because you can have your visa, and with your visa you have a gift that will be the appointment for the residence permit, which is at this moment very good because of the availability to schedule directly in Portugal, the same as I mentioned before. And regarding to the time to issue the visa will be 60 days. Could be less than this, of course, but this is the legal deadline that the consulate has to decide.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes could be more than this. It depends of the consulate where you are doing the application. But in nowadays, a part of some countries as India, and could take more time, but usually they fulfill this requirement and they issued or approved the visa within the 60 days.
Okay, nice. And look, now we have a question in the chat that they are talking about this. I have a non-EU passport with visa-free travel to Europe based on 90-180 rule. Which country has the fastest processing time of the residence permit? I know Greece is 10 months now. I have friends stuck. I don't think in 40 days. It's 40 days. Well, as you can see here in the deadline resolution period, the fastest country would be in Spain, which is the 20 working days. And I just checked this question that it's we were talking about this now. And
just need to clarify this about the residence permit in Greece. Okay, so the Greek government has a different model because there is huge demand and workflow regarding the digital nomads. Once someone submits his file within 40 working days, the authorities here have the duty to provide or not the temporary residence permit. The temporary residence permit allows you to reside in Greece legally. You forget about your Schengen days and you can go from your country to Greece and from Greece to your country. As many days as you want, as many trips as you want, with no any restriction. Now, it is true that it takes more than 5 months for the permanent residence permit to be issued, but this is why we are going to change to amend our new immigration law, and then no one will be able to apply directly from Greece. Because at the moment, everyone who is just a tourist, he can apply directly, and that creates much more workflow. But someone who really has the intention to stay in Greece, he doesn't have any issue with the temporary residence permit because he can open a bank account, he can rent a car, he can rent an apartment, whatever he wants. So he can enjoy Greece without an issue. This is what I wanted to just make it clear about the Greek digital nomad residence permit. About the visa, the consulate, once he will have the file within 10 working days, has the duty to reply back about the approval of the visa, except if there are some very rare cases that internally someone is sick from the consulates or something like that. And that's why there is a delay, but this is very rare.
Okay, okay, nice to hear this. And also another thing that is interesting here is the difference about the right to work in the country. Because here, for example, in Portugal and Greece, the difference is obviously is obvious. In Portugal, you can work, and in Greece, it's you cannot work in the country. And in Spain, for example, the digital nomad as an employee cannot work in Spain for a Spanish entity. And in case of the freelancers, they can work. The 20% of their income can come from Spanish companies. And well, if it's okay, what I wanted to answer also another question. The first one, the very first one that we received, a business owner that was asking if he had to homologate his title as an engineer. This is not a requirement for the digital nomad visa, so for Spain. So just for you to know, and we are just trying to answer all the questions that are coming through the chat, just for you to know. There are a lot, but of course, if you have more questions, just you have to know that after this presentation, you will be able to reach us, and you will be able to have a 15 free consultation with our immigration experts. You will receive an email for that. So we can go through the next slide here. And well, we're talking about the accompanying family members. Of course, in the 3 countries, the digital nomads can come with accompanying family members, and here you can have the type of accompanying family members that can come. And they can apply, or well, at least in Spain, for example, they can apply at the same time or in different times. You can, I think that in Portugal and Greece, it's the same.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. And then here you also can see the times for the renewals. And what is important and interesting is the citizenship, the period of time that the people need to reside in each country in order to be able to gain citizenship. Because a lot of you, I know, that are interested in obtaining European citizenships. And then I'm seeing also another question now, that if you have to give the passport when applying, in case of the Spanish digital nomads, for example, if you apply within Spain, the application is presented online. So you only need to scan copies of the documents. And in case of presenting the application at the consulate for the visa, it will depend on each consulate. There are consulates that keeps the passport, that keep the passport, and there are consulates that not. I don't know if you want to comment something here, girls.
So in terms of Portugal, usually what we ask for the consulate, it's always for the applicant to keep the passport, and we can give the consulate a certified copy by a lawyer. So usually works, but in some cases they can request, in fact, to keep the passport. But the most part of the consulates, they don't need to keep the passport there.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's similar in the 3 countries. Okay, so we can go through another slides. Here there are some questions that people may be asking themselves, if there are other digital nomad visas in Europe. We are waiting for the French and the Italian ones. Also, jurisdictions covered by Lexidy, and these are the ones in Europe. We also have a digital nomad in Mexico, all other jurisdiction covered by Lexidy. This is not in Europe, in Latin, but also just for you to know. So if someone is interested, also they can get in touch with us, and we will put you in touch with the corresponding colleagues. And then, well, here we saw this question also in the table, in the comparative table. That here the digital nomad in Spain is for 3 years, renewable for periods of 2 years, and the possibility to apply at the consulate and in the country. An important thing talking about taxes here. If girls, if you let me explain the news in Spain, because we have been our tax expert have been a lot of time waiting for the news that arrived at the end of last year. But well, that digital nomads finally will be able to apply for the Beckham law. So these are great news, fine, and we're super happy actually. And for this, the law was launched at the beginning of December of 2023. And well, this means that the worldwide income, worldwide employment income, will be rate at the 24%, and that since the government was it had to pass a lot of time before launching the forms that were able to make these digital nomads employees be able to apply for this special tax regime. And since this special tax regime has a specific period of time that it's allowed to be asked. It has a time limit. The law gives until June 16th from 2024 for these digital nomads that arrived in Spain in 2022, 2023 to apply for this special tax regime. So this is important to know, and this is for these digital nomads that came as employees, and for these freelancers, it's an option in case they can accredit that the activity that they do that they perform are of it's an entrepreneurial activity, and they can accredit that with a report from the agency ENISA, and we can provide you with more information here in the film. These are the tax news that are really interesting and super beneficial for these digital nomads. So you have to stay tuned with this in Spain. And Gals, if you want to add something in your cases.
Basically, in Greece, until now, the government has not announced a special taxation for the Greek digital nomads, as it happens in other European countries. So, at the moment, there are no tax obligation for all the digital nomads. But we're still waiting if something else will be announced, but it doesn't seem very soon. So, tax-free.
Good to know. Okay. Okay. Well, and here I saw some questions regarding the citizenship in Spain with the exceptions. Well, here are this is another question for the citizenship. They were asking for the exception of the periods. In Spain, the general period is to reside 10 years in Spain in order to apply for the Spanish citizenship, but there are exceptions. If you are South American national, Latin American national, you can apply for the citizenship after residing 2 years in Spain. And there are other exceptions, like if you were born in Spain, you can apply for the Spanish citizenship after 1 year. Or if you are married to a Spanish citizen, you can apply for a Spanish citizenship after 1 year. And there are other exceptions that we would gladly inform you about in case you are interested. And as you can see, well, in Portugal we have the more
the 5 years.
Yeah, the faster.
And we are waiting for a new law that actually it was approved by the parliament, and we are waiting for our president to approve. And it's very good because well, the time to count the 5 years will start. So when you are in Portugal and you can prove that. So we are hoping that this law could be approved very soon, and we can offer this opportunity for the ones that they are visiting here.
Interestingly.
Yes.
Very good.
And also it's important because the cases of manifestation of interest, not everything is bad, because here we can start to count even without the residence permit. So we'll start to count when you submit the process, not only when you have the residence permit. So not everything is bad news. We have also very good.
Perfect. Okay. So, well, here for the listeners, we just wanted to give you some information about us, about Lexidy, so that you can also contact us in case you have more questions. As you can see, you can have some numbers about our performance, and of course, we here you can see as well the jurisdictions that we cover: Spain, Portugal, France, Greece, Italy, and Mexico, and well, all the clients that we have been able to assist, and all the specialists that we have here, and all the numbers that well, all the performance that we've been doing here, and that we gladly do and enjoy and doing and assisting here our clients. And I think that we have some more questions here. Here, of course, I think, well, there's asking if there is a taxation and a treaty between US and Spain. That's true. There is the agreement between Spain and the US in order to avoid the double taxation. That's true. And of course, if you want more information about this, you can contact us, and our tax experts will inform you more about this. This is to avoid being double taxed between both administrations. And well, I know that there are pretty much questions. I think that we have been able to answer a lot of questions here. And I have the last one, maybe. My wife and I intend to move to Spain in 2 years, to own a house there. I'm citizen, my wife is a UK citizen, have been told by several law firms in Spain there is nothing that to apply for. Okay. This is the thing is, if you are an European citizen, you cannot be like the digital nomad visa does not apply to European citizens. Yeah, exactly. So it's only for non-European citizens. So it's the EU regime. It's regulated in another way, and it's not that you cannot apply; it's that you do not need to apply. And there's another way to get residency in Spain. Exactly, and
in Portugal, and I believe.
Yeah, well, actually, in all the European countries.
Yes.
Okay.
Greece, the same.
Yeah, well, I understood that, that she is not the European citizen, but since you are the European citizen, what she would need to do is to apply for a residence card for family members of European citizens. That's the thing, that since she is married to an European citizen, she's covered by the EU regime. even if she's not European citizen.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, guys, so we've been here almost for 1 hour. So I think that, well, thank you, Diana and Maria, for this time, and thank you, everyone, for your time. I hope that we've been able to clarify a little bit. I know that there is a lot of information about these three different residence digital nomad visas, but as mentioned, you know how that you can contact us, and that we will offer you a free 15 minutes consultation, and we would be pleased to assist you, as we have done with a lot of clients already that are happily residing in our EU countries. So don't hesitate to contact us for receiving more information and assistance.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.